Okay. Hey guys, this is Chi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of ZettaBlock. So ZettaBlock is the open development platform for AI economy 3.0. Later on, I'm going to explain what does that mean. But first of all, let me give a quick intro about myself and the team. I have been doing AI for over a decade. And first, I finished my PhD from UC Berkeley, focused on machine learning and causal inference. Right now, it's more called as ethical AI or explainable AI. And then I was a founding member at one of the largest automated machine learning platform company in the world called Data. And fortunately, we actually got one of the co-founders just recently joined us to lead the AI research and engineering side. My co-founder also come from a similar background. And one last thing is about AI and data. Why we put it here is because during actually my research and also a lot of industry productionization use case experience, I realized data is actually the biggest blocker for us to get into the era of AI. So before I go to what ZettaBlock is exactly doing, since 2022 early, where we started the company, we have been honored to work with a lot of great Web2 and Web3 companies, including Near, and also like some of the ones that you probably know, EigenLayer, Story Protocol. We actually are very fortunate to power that as the backbone for their infrastructure. And so let's talk about why it matters to have an AI economy or new AI economy. So as we know, foundation model is very eye-catching and very powerful. But a lot of people who are really building AI also know foundation model is not good enough. That is why now we see a lot of like customized additional models or building on top of them. Why? Because of a few reasons. Foundation model doesn't have enough domain-specific unique data or knowledge inside to complete some of the specialized or highly scaled tasks that we're looking for. And also it's very costly to actually for people to pre-train their own foundation model. So that's why usually people now would choose to build on top of foundation model. And also a lot of times it's very large. So in that case, anyways, if we are looking or like anticipating there's going to be a lot of models, a lot of agents going to be built, then in that case, we would looking or we're requiring or would also have attracting a lot of contributors in this process. So in that way, what is the definition of AI economy 3.0? We believe this in the future will be the decentralized and open ecosystem where AI contributors from the data providers to model builders to agent builders and a lot of other people, even like everybody like you and me, will be able to have incentive aligned to participate, collaborate, and also like a co-build a lot of things together, including like the models and agents, where then they also get the rewards for their contributions in this process. So what is the key challenges here in order to achieve this economy? One is we need to have an accurate provenance tracking process, including both the ownership and the attribution. And second, how we can also like prove or verify this process is being appropriately, calculated and rewarded. So that's why now there's a few design principles we consider for building an open development platform for this AI economy 3.0. One is we need a platform that's being able to host and manage the data and AI models. So in that way, by the way, it's not necessarily saying everything needs to go on-chain, but this will be governed and really monitored by this protocol. So it can be off-chain, but in the protocol. And second, data and models as assets in the future should be fractionalizable as a new asset and with a liquidity where people can really further monetize or even like trading. And also like the proof of contribution of the for people who participate in this process. And also, more importantly, everything we're talking about cannot achieve without robust infrastructure underlying, which is where ZettaBlock is start from. So as a solution, what we build is basically a platform where people can do the more specific open and trustless AI development. What does that mean? Is basically developers can prepare the data, transform the data into the AI-ready format, and then they can use the data for model, for example, like a fine-tuning, distillation, or like an inference. So this network has 3 modules, from data to model to blockchain. And blockchain in this case is really used as a robust provenance and governance principle providers underlying as a delivery mechanism. So here, we're really looking at the future where crypto and blockchain can help AI. And a lot of times people will ask me, what does that mean? If you are building a open, decentralized AI platform, a lot of times, especially given where the community I come from, they will ask us, what's the difference between you and Databricks and Anyscale, all those mature Web2 solutions that we already seen in the industry? So I would say, in this case, we are really focusing on trying to achieve how, as a solution that people can have transparent and also, like a trackable process when they are preparing the data, do the data transformation and compute, and use the data for the further downstream model building. In this case, we break it to 2 phases as technology, what we are building. One is, as everybody know, data is the foundation for the model. Without good data, there's no great AI. So in this case, data infrastructure is what we call a really Trojan horse to get into this AI economy. And what we are building is what we call, in this phase, Databricks with open data economy. And that is where a unified and full-stack data infrastructure where it can be used for large-scale data transformation, real-time streaming data, also with VectorDB for RAG purposes. But the purpose here is really adding the provenance and governance for blockchain as a unique and preferred solution into this process. And of course, in the future of GenAI, we need that to be able to handle different type of data from blockchain transaction, structured data to unstructured audio, video data, semi-structured text data from, for example, like Twitter, Reddit, different places. And tech phase 2, what we are talking about here is we call it an AI coprocessor, or basically a AI infrastructure, AI ops platform. Again, wrapped by a smart contract, where we can really enable all those workload, AI workload, like a model fine-tuning, model distillation, can be registered and submitted to blockchain as a transaction. But again, not necessarily that means everything happen on-chain, because we know this training process or fine-tuning process can be very heavy a lot of times. And another thing very important as a design philosophy for this architecture is this is an AI developer first platform, which means the user experience for AI developers should be as consistent as they see in the Web2 solutions. So everything, for example, in this platform design is a Python first language. And people can use Solidity or like Rust in the future to interact with a smart contract, but that is like an optional solution for them. So basically, this is an ecosystem map. It is actually outdated, so a lot of new logos should be added, including here. But this is basically to show you what does that mean as an AI network or AI platform to enable this new economy. Because in this new economy, we believe that there's going to be participation from like data providers to compute providers to like a base model providers. Actually, Akash also, I saw the map that they mentioned some independent research institute, which is actually great providers of some of the base models that those people build and specialize for. And then on top of that, with all those necessary ingredients, then we can build models, like a customized models and agents on top, which can be used by applications and agents across both Web2 and Web3 industries. So this is just some of the use cases example to show you what this can be used for. For example, like a better monetizable Hugging Face, and it can also be used to build personalized agent with privacy preserving, which Anna actually asked good questions about how to do like a data privacy, which yeah, there's a lot of interesting things there as well. And the last thing to show you here is some of the concrete use cases we have been working with our customers or partners in this process. For example, OpenZeppelin, they have been working with us over 1.5 years, and they built a lot of on-chain threat detection bots on top of ZettaBlock, actually over 400 of them, empowered by both traditional ML models, such as like XGBoost, and also GenAI models like transformer-based large language models. And also, another thing is EigenLayer as a great customers to us. They also build a lot of very interesting use cases on top of ZettaBlock using both data and the AI capabilities or like a model building capabilities. This is one of the example to build, to optimize their payment infrastructure underlying. So the last thing here is to just share exciting news. ZettaBlock's organization, we are launching what we call the Kite protocol. So Kite protocol is the open development platform for AI economy 3.0. And our slogan is Kite AI will bring AI to the new heights. Thank you. Any questions?
Hi. Nice talk. So you talk about your data infrastructure, but you didn't mention too much about like kind of the privacy properties of that, and kind of like since your focus is on breaking through like some of the problems that like traditional Web 2 has, I think there basically what we're seeing is that they can only train, fine-tune mostly with like public data or like synthetic data, but I feel that we kind of have this opportunity to also leverage like private data. I wanted to know like if you're planning to support those type of use cases and like in which way today or tomorrow. Thanks.
So that's a very good question. So we consider the data privacy techniques that we are providing should be phased. So in the initial, very initial phase, especially given that we work with a lot of enterprise customers, honestly speaking, the very simple privacy guaranteed way to them is we just have multi-tenant underlying, where like they can, for example, access all the public data that our platform is providing, such as blockchain data, but their own data will be separated from other people's data, so that when they are using those data to train models or like to like do the data wrangling, they're not being, those data won't be leaked to other people. But in long term, if we're talking about even have to protect the data privacy while allowing people to access the data in a relatively permissionless way, then I would share very similar philosophy or thoughts as what Greg from Akash just mentioned. There's a lot of like more advanced ZK and FHE solutions in the industry and academia. Actually, we're collaborating with a few professors who are experts in those areas to trying to design some solution that is more I would say usable, or like a more basically, usable in a relatively large scale data transformation. But how to do that, honestly, it's not like our expertise. So we are actually collaborating with all those other projects or academia professors to figure out how to do it. But that's to us is probably going to be more in the phase 2 or even a phase 3 stage. And our philosophy is start with something that is usable, and with some level of decentralization or like a permissionless, but gradually we can replace that with more component when the technology become more mature and more accessible.
How much support is required to extend ZettaBlock support for new blockchain?
Yeah, so actually it's pretty quick for us. So in supporting EVM blockchain, honestly, it also depends on like a backfilling time. So coding perspective, supporting EVM blockchain is only take like a few hours, but backfilling that probably take about 3 days if it's not like a bit like a long history blockchain. But if it's a non-EVM blockchain, then the code usually take like 2 days, and then the backfilling part sometimes will take like 2 weeks. And another exciting news is here, actually we're going to open source a lot of those blockchain indexing and the backfilling libraries that we use internally to our ecosystem as public goods. And everybody who want to onboard like more blockchains, no matter to ZettaBlock or to their own platforms, they can use those solutions. And stay tuned. Yeah.
Thank you.